dear knitters, Vita Crafts is here with you, and many people ask me some detailed tutorial about this pet sweater. I just finished mine and I record everything, and I hope you will be able to repeat this nice pet jumper. The principle is this: you can change sizes according to your swatch and the measurements of your pet. Just use it like an idea. And then I will separate videos. I will show you first part, how you do nice cast on and how you work in the technique magic loop, which will allow you to do absolutely seamless pieces because you will work in round. On the second part video, I will show you how you do raglan, and I will explain stitch by stitch with this lovely pattern. If you're a beginner and you don't want to use the pattern, you can just go with a plain knitting. It's no problem. Piece is yours. You decide everything about your design. This will be very detailed video about this pattern, and then I think maybe third video will be about finishing your project and this lovely detail with a longer back. Sorry, I didn't wash my sweater yet, and then it doesn't look very presentable at the moment, but I decided to finish it and post this video as soon as I can. Okay, let's start then. Here is my needles, which I will use for this project. This is my Knit Pro needles, because you can disconnect tips. They are circular needles. They have 80 centimeters straight strand, and I will use for this project two sizes. Size 2.5 millimeters for my rib stitches, and size 3 millimeters for my body, basically. And now we will start with our rib stitch. Then I'll take this away and let's start. This is my thread. I'll leave a tail, I think around 60-70 centimeters. I will use my Italian cast on, then I will use one needle for this. This is a part of my tail. This is a part of my ball of yarn, right? I have a detailed video about Italian cast on, then I will not stop on this one. I just show you very briefly how I do it, and if you need more details, I have another video with explaining this method very precisely. Right, here we are. We put our needle in and twist it. This will be our first stitch. Then we go with the needles behind and take this. This will be our purl stitch, and this will be our knit stitch, and then we continue like this till we have 48 stitches on our needles. I'll see you there. 45, 46, 47, and last one we do like ordinary casting process. We create this little loop, take the yarn and pull over last stitch. Now we will do first row. First two rows will be absolutely the same thing. Then I'll show you both of them. Here we are. The first stitch we take out And then we see a stitch which looks like a purl stitch. With this stitch, what we do, we pull the thread in the front and just take over stitch without knitting it, from left side to the right. Then we knit a knit stitch, and then we do the same thing with the purl stitch. We just take it over and put on the right needle without knitting, with a thread in the front, and you continue like this till the end of the row. See you there. I'm back. I have my last 2 stitches here, knit and purl last one. Then we turn our work and second row we'll do absolutely the same way. Take a first stitch out, and we have a purl stitch which we just put on the second needle without knitting, and only different with that knit stitch we will take from this side now, because if not it will twist, and this is not what we need. And we continue like this. Knit stitch, take out the purl, knit one, just move purl. See you in the final of this row. Here I'm back with my 2 last stitches, knit and purl. And now we are ready to join our work in a circle. When I have a normal cast, I do another method, but in this, as we did 2 rows already, this is our beautiful edge, and now we need to join it this way together to continue our work in rounds. Then you can count your stitches. I just will look briefly where is middle, more or less, and I like to start always with a knit stitch. Then here somewhere after my knit stitch, I just need to pull this thing out. We fold it, and let's pull it through. See to don't twist your work. Your edge need to be look at you, and don't twist. And basically what I will do, I will just change my first stitches between them. I will cross them, and I will use my hands for this. Then I have my yarn on my right side, and I have 2 points here. Basically what I will do, I will push a little bit this stitch to don't lose it, right? And then I will take first stitch from this needle and just put it on this needle, and that's this stitch I will put on this needle. Done. Now my back needle I pull out, and my work is joined in a circle now. I put the tail in the middle, and now we start work in circles our rib stitch. Just normal 1-to-1 rib stitch. First stitch is done, pull it tight, and then we have purl and we have knit. We have purl and knit, and we do this till we come to the joining point, and I show you how you proceed using magic loop. For small projects in circle, I love to use this magic loop technique, because you can do anything. You can do socks like this, and you don't need a special socks needles. You can do mittens, you can do gloves, etc. We made all stitches. Now basically we turn work, we pull in one needle, which we will continue working with, we pull it in, and other pull out. And I used to turn like this between my fingers, because I need to pull it really tight here to don't have any mark. I knit my first stitch and I pull it closer to previous one, right? And I continue my rib stitch. From next row you will make the stitches a little bit kind of opposite way. I'll show you, because when you knit in rounds, your stitches are not staying the same way when you do some normal going back knitting. Then basically you need to see to don't twist your stitches. Here we come on the final of our row, and starting from this row, just pull thread, yes, turn, one in, one out, and look, this will be a lovely little collar for our cat jumper. Nice. Then pull and stitch tight, knit stitch we will take from left to right, and our purl stitch is laying a little bit different way. You will need to enter from behind like this, and you put your yarn in the front, you enter in a stitch, and you knit it. Not knit, purl. Knit from left to right, purl from right to left. This is the way how we will do these two basic stitches when we work in rounds. See you after 10 rows. We will go now making 10 rows of rib stitch 1-to-1, and then we will proceed to the body of our sweater. See you there. Okay, here I'm back with you. I've done my 10 rows. This is what we have now. So a nice little collar is ready, and now we will do 3 rows. One row is knit stitches, all stitches we're just knitting. On second row we will purl all stitches, and in third row we will knit all stitches again. You don't, if you don't like it, you can skip this step, but I usually like to separate my rib stitch from the body with this nice kind of little line. You will see what I'm talking about. Then here I am, one in, one out. First round, knitting all stitches. Knit, enter here in the middle, knit, knit, knit. Here we go till the end of the row. I've done my first row. Now I turn into second row with purls, purling all stitches on this row. Purling, purling, purl, purl. See you in the final of this row. Here I am on the end of my row, and I want to share with you my little hack, my little secret. When I do the purls, you see, we will have some nice line here separating our rib stitch. But if we purl ordinary, the last stitch, I'll show you, it will create little step here, you see, it will not come together. But what I do usually with the last stitch, instead of make it like this, I go one row lower. You see, this is my stitch, this is lower row. I go to one lower row and just purl the last one, and then when we join our work, the line will be all going right way. Look. Right? Continue with one more row of knit stitches, and on this, at this point, we will go for bigger needles. Right? We will start to knit with my 3mm needles. We're doing all knit stitches on this row. See you in the final of it. Okay, here we are. Here, like, look beautifully our rib stitch, and now we are ready to start distributing stitches for our body. I bring here little graphic scheme, which I've told you before. Here's our 48 stitches, just for you to understand. Here is start of our row. Here is our 14 stitches of a belly. This will be 2 sleeves. Sleeves will be 2 stitches, and raglan lines will be 1 purl, and it will be always going all the way 1 purls here, 4 purls. This is a part of a back, 26 stitches, and for our beautiful pattern we will need to add 1 more stitch in the middle. And now I will show you everything, and we will work together. Don't panic, because I will show you everything row by row. We will, on this row, we're not doing increases yet, we're just distributing our raglan lines and adding 1 stitch, right? Here we go. We're starting on a belly. We will have a rib stitch 2 by 2, right? Then we divided this in 6 and 8 stitches, our 14. We will do in 6 stitches, which will be 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit, 6 stitches. Now we will do our first raglan line, which will be 1 stitch, 1 purl, right? Then will be 2 knit stitches of sleeve, 1 stitch of raglan line, and then 26 separating in 13. In 2 will be 13, and after 13 we will add 1 stitch, then 13, then 1 purl, 2 knit, 1 purl, and 8 stitches in a rib stitch 2 by 2, right? Let me do this with you. Let me take this out for now. I'll put it somewhere in a corner. Then we've done 6 stitches, 1 raglan line, 2 knit over sleeve and raglan line. Then, you know, now after this, every second row we will do increases from both sides of raglan line except bottom one, but don't panic. Here we are, 1 sleeve and the raglan line, then 13 knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically we go until the end of the row. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here, yes, not to the end, will be 1 because we took 1 from here from the beginning. Then 13 knit stitches, and now we will increase 1, will be purl, and we get it in between. You see this thread in between? We just get it up and purl it, twisting. I'll show you. It needs to be twisted for us to don't have any hole here, right? Here we increase this stitch, right? Now I will turn my work to start with a knit stitch again. And we now doing everything mirroring the first half to have a symmetry, right? Then we're mirroring now. We're doing 13 knit stitches, 1, 2, 13 mirror. Now 1 purl, 2 knit stitches of sleeve, 1 purl of raglan line, and then just 2 by 2 rib stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now all stitches are done, and we'll start our increases.